Hi, I'm Jack Canfield, author of The Success Principles and co-author of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series. And I'm here today at the Author's Success Retreat that I do with Steve Harrison. And I want to introduce you to one of our attendees, Neil Taft. Now, Neil is known as Great-Great-Grandpa Neil, and he's an advocate for grandchildren. He's written several books on grandparenting and is now working on a new one. So, Neil, I'm curious, what's the biggest mistake you see grandparents make in trying to connect with their grandkids?
The first one is that they need to treat their daughter of their grandchildren with great respect. She is the queen that sits on the throne. She's the gatekeeper for your time with your grandchildren. The other thing is that when we're connecting with our grandchildren, I think it's paramount that we meet them where they are, not necessarily where we want them to be. Grandparenting is not about being right. It's not about controlling our adult children or telling them how they raise their grandchildren. So I just think a certain amount of consideration and respect is the best way to go about it.
Yeah, I loved reading your book, and I think if I carried anything away from it was that first message you made, which is that my daughter-in-law is the gatekeeper of my relationship with my grandson. And the reality of that is that I've been very respectful of her, but now I realize why it's so important, and I'll probably put even more time, energy into that. And in your book, you kind of share a couple like horror stories of where someone didn't do that and actually lost contact with their grandkids as a result of it. And I've seen that happen among some of my friends. You know, being 81, I have a lot of people who are grandparents as my friends. So I love your book. I love the fact that you're writing about it. And we don't get trained to be a grandparent. It's not like a class you take in graduate school. And so I'm glad that now you have a resource that people can benefit from. So thanks for writing your books, and thanks for joining me for these few minutes, Neil. And here's where you can go, those of you watching, to get more information about Neil, his books, and his work.